Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to continue our series on the HPE ProLiant DL380 Gen10 Plus. In this video we're going to specifically focus on memory. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's a little bit more about the HPE ProLiant DL380 Gen10 Plus. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video series, click that like, smash that subscribe. All right, well, as we mentioned, this is going to be a continuation of our video series. This is going to be focused on RAM. So what we're going to do in this video as a whole, first we're going to go over some general information about the RAM. We're going to talk about the speeds, the sizes. We're going to talk about what types of modules you can use. Then we're going to show you how to physically install the modules and the different channels and where to install them if you're not fully maxing it out. So let's just hop into all the fun stuff. All right, so let's go over some general information. So this is a DDR4 based machine. There's going to be 32 DIMM slots inside. That's 16 DIMMs per CPU, and there are 2 DIMMs per memory channel. And normally that's a little bit more important for a lot of machines. In this machine, it's actually not as important. And the reason it's important because when you put 2 DIMMs per channel on most boxes, it actually is going to clock them down to a slower speed. So you might put in, let's just say, 3200, but it only operates at 2666, or you throw in 2666 and it operates at 2100 or 2133, I should say. And so that kind of is important to know when you're putting in memory, because if you put in extra memory and you're buying 3200 but it's clocking out at 2666, you might end up spending more money that you don't need to spend for no reason. And so we always like to kind of look at that when we're quoting out to our customers. We'll tell them, hey, actually, there's no point in spending this extra money. You're just going to get this same performance anyways. But that's one of the cool features of this one, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the speed. And on that note, let's talk about speed. So according to HP's spec sheet, you can do 2666, 2933, or 3200. That is all correct. We played around, and you can actually do 2133 and 2400 as well. So for our budget-friendly or budget-conscious people that don't need the fastest speeds, hey, that might be an option for you. And the most important thing, again, that we kind of touched on is if you do install this with loaded out with 3200 speed modules, and that's 2 DIMMs per channel, it does not clock down. I had to do a double check, a triple check on that, because every other system clocks down. I don't even know what they did to make this so special to do that, but I thought that was a pretty cool feature, that you can actually run this at 3200 speed, fully maxed out, and normally you need 1 DIMM per channel to do that. So I thought that was a nice little feature that I wanted to really kind of highlight in this video. All right, so let's talk about sizes. You can go as low as a 4 gig, an 8 gig, a 16 gig, a 32 gig, a 64 gig, a 128 gig, or all the way up to 256 gigabytes. But there's some caveats there, and let's talk about that. And really, to talk about that brings us to what types of memory can you use. And since we are still in DDR4 world right now with this box, you can have ECC Registered, known as an RDIMM, or you can have load reduced, known as an LRDIMM. What's important about that is, one, you cannot mix them, okay? So if you were trying to throw in some LRDIMMs with some RDIMMs and you're upgrading, they're just not going to work together. They're not supported. But what's also important is that with ECC Registered, the max you're going to get is 2 terabytes of RAM, whereas with load reduced, you can get all the way up to 8 terabytes. So that's a difference of maxing out with 64 gig sticks or with 256 gig sticks with LRDIMMs. So there is some advantages with LRDIMMs. And even right now, let's say you're not planning on maxing it out, who knows what you're doing in the future. Maybe some project comes up that you can take this box and max out later. So if you're choosing between LRDIMMs and ECC Registered, I would recommend LRDIMMs personally. They're generally a little bit cheaper and they are better for scalability sakes. So LRDIMMs to me is a better bet for long-term scalability sake. All right, so one thing I did want to talk about was HPE Smart Memory. People ask us all the time, hey, can I throw in other memory outside of HPE Smart Memory? Yes, technically you can. If you want to throw in generic modules, some Samsung, some Micron, Hynix, Kingston, whatever, technically yes, you can throw in some generic boxes. Now there are some features that Smart Memory adds, and we'll throw that up here at the end, just some of the extra features that HPE Smart Memory will get you compared to generic memory. And yes, if you put in generic memory, this box will throw some general warnings at you. It works just fine. You don't have to have HPE Smart Memory. So, HPE is going to obviously throw those warnings at you to warn you about that, because they want you to buy HPE Smart Memory, and they make more money if you do. But they're going to throw some warnings at you. Given that this is an aftermarket server now, you're not getting this new from HPE anymore. Now people are going to be using this more for home labs or budget conscious types of builds that aren't going to be using the latest and greatest, especially because there's such huge server shortages at the time we're doing this video, where everything is just an absurd cost. RAM is out of control, SSDs are out of control, CPUs are short, NICs are short, like everything's short, and the market's in shambles right now, generally due to AI. But all that being said, this is an aftermarket box at this point. You're probably going to get it used, and so if you're getting it used and you're trying to save a little bit of money, yes, you can put in generic memory. All right, I've droned on enough. Hopefully there was some information in there that helps you. Now let's go ahead and get to the install, and again, we'll show you where to install it if you're not fully maxing it out. But before we do, I'm going to grab my ESD gear and be right back.
Hey, it's Mason with Cloud Ninjas, and today we'll be installing our memory into our HPE ProLiant DL380 Gen10 Plus server. So all you'll need is your memory modules, so let's go ahead and set these to the side, pop our latch, and lift our top, just like any other server you've been in before. First thing you'll notice is that there's this air baffle here, and we need to remove it by just simply lifting it up and then setting it to the side. Now we will go ahead and remove these cooling fans by lifting the two blue tabs on the sides, and then going ahead and lifting all the fans up one at a time and then setting it to the side. Now as you can see, this CPU will control these DIMM slots and this CPU will control these DIMM slots. So now let's go ahead and label our DIMM slots in the order in which you should install the memory modules. Starting at CPU 1, the DIMM slots are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then over here at CPU 2, the slots are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That is how your DIMM slots are labeled. And if you ever need to see that again, you can go ahead and check under your server lid, and there might be a reference for the layout of the DIMM slots. So go ahead and take a look at the DIMM slots. The white channels are going to be the primary channels, and then the black channel is going to be the secondary channel. So white is the start of the channel, and black is the end of the channel. So go ahead and take a look at your memory modules, and you'll notice this notch here in the middle. You will need to make sure that that notch lines up to the middle line in the DIMM slot, so that way we don't damage any of the leads. Go ahead and place the module into the slot, and press down on both sides till you hear a click sound. That will let you know that the module is fully secured and locked in. And if you did not hear that click sound, whenever you go and boot up your server, your memory module may not be recognized. This is a common error that people run into all the time, so don't worry. Just make sure that those tabs are fully locked in. So now we will go ahead and show you what 16 memory modules being controlled by one CPU looks like. Be right back. All right, so this is 16 memory modules controlled by one CPU. So now we'll go ahead and fast forward to show you guys what it looks like when all 32 DIMM slots are populated with a memory module. Be right back. And there you have it. That is how you install your memory into your HPE ProLiant DL380 Gen10 Plus server. Hey, do us a favor, click that like button and smash subscribe. If you're looking for any custom built HPE, Dell, Supermicro, Asus, Gigabyte, Cisco, IBM, maybe you're looking for an AMD Ryzen server or an EPYC server, maybe you're looking for a GPU server, we have it all. We have both new and refurbished. So please give us a call or email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by.